Welcome back. Let's put this in the ether. In this video, I feel like I'm thinking, or what's on my mind is that does anyone else feels like that women are just mimicking men? Like everything they're doing, everything they're trying to do, try to achieve is just try to copy men. All right. Does anybody feel like this? Does anybody see this? You see, like everything guys do, right? Women are always trying to copy them, or either copying men or try to invade men's spaces, or either try to one up men. All right, it's like they're trying to mimicking men in every way, but then again they can't do it. It reminds me of a story of the devil and God. Right, the God is like what, try to do everything. I mean the devil, right? The devil try to do everything that tried God is doing. But the thing is, the devil cannot be God. This is why the devil is always jealous of God, because the devil is not God. The devil is always trying to become God, but there's one step that they're missing, try to be God, right? Like there's one element that's missing, and that's why God sees this in the devil, and that's why God, right, see that the devil's trying him and cast him to earth, right, to rule this planet right now. And that's the same way I'm seeing with women, right? And I'm connecting dots, saying that there are like parallels between the devil and woman. Maybe the devil is woman. I'm just saying, right? I'm just connecting dots. Maybe the devil or Lucifer is a woman in a way, because Lucifer and woman share the same kind of characteristic, trying to be men, right? Men is basically the the depiction of God, right? And the thing is with women is that woman is just like men, but there's just one thing missing from women, right? And that thing is usually what, a penis and the ability to have the Y chromosome, right? Because when you look at it, right, when you look at biblical times, Adam and Eve, right? Adam was alone on this planet, right? So God made him a partner so he won't be alone. He feel like it's not what's that, mentally stable for a man to be alone. This is why God created Eve, so he have somebody to be with, right? So he made Eve from the ribs of a man, right? From the womb of a man, right? From the side of a man. And basically, a woman is just a carbon copy of a man. But when you look at carbon copy, is that when you copy something multiple times, it's not the same from the original, right? When you take a piece of paper, right? Take a piece of paper, right? And you put it in the Xerox machine. Now, it makes a perfect copy of it, but it's slightly different, right? When you look at the original copy and the original copy and the copy of the original copy, right? You can see it's the same, but there's slight differences when you observe it under a microscope, right? It's not the same, but it's a copy of it, right? Now, when you take that copy of that copy and put it in the Xerox machine, it copies the copy, but then again, it's still slightly differences. Now, when you copy again multiple times, you can see that say like you copy it for the 10th time. The 10th time is obviously not be is obviously you're not going to see the same characteristic as the original copy, right? That's what I mean. Like women, right? When they copy men, right? When they copy men or try to make them mimic men, they could copy men, but the thing is, they cannot replicate the same thing that men can do, right? This is why that women, they could do all the things that men can, right? But the thing is, they can't be originators, right? Formulate new things, create new things, invent new things. That's usually the man. When you look at the things that men do, right? Look at the formula, the theorem, and all that stuff the guys made, the mathematical equation, right, to solve problem. These stuff are all created by men. The Pythagorean theorem, right? The Pythagorean theorem, right? Look at inventors like Nikola Tesla, right? Thomas Edison, and all these stuff, right? These are innovators. Leonardo da Vinci's, right? All these stuff are men. Men are known to be creators. But the thing is, women could duplicate the same thing that men could do, right? But there's one thing they can't do is to create the way that men create, right? Men are the provider of life. Men have seed. That's what women don't have, right? I granted women have their ovaries and wombs, right? Right? But the thing is, men carry the seed in order to have life. Men have sperms. When you look at an egg, right, a female egg and a men's sperm, right? What is the difference, right? Besides, one is an egg and one is a sperm, right? The difference is that sperm shows activity. It's actually moving. But when you look at an egg under a microscope, it does nothing. It just sits there. It's dormant. So there's no activity. The eggs is only useful when the active sperm fertilize the eggs. Then we have cell divisions. That's when we have life. This is why I think that life is at the moment of conception. The moment when an egg when a sperm enter an egg cell, that's the moment of conception. That's the moment of life beginning, when their cell division is happening, right? When you look at the regular egg that's not been fertilized, it's just a regular egg. It's just dead. There's no cell division at all, right? But without the man having the sperm, the egg is useless, right? This is why a woman have a finite of amount of eggs that she can have. After that amount of egg been releases, that's it. She can no longer have kids. Men, they have an infinite amount of sperm, right? They could make kids regardless, anytime, at any age that they want, right? It's endless, right? Because we are the provider of life. But going to back to my point is that, right, women could copy men. This is why a lot of women dominate in every field that guys do, right? They could dominate in all the fields that guys do. But the thing is, they cannot create a new field, right? You know what I'm talking about? A new areas, a new subject, a new categories, a new genres, right? They can't do that. All the genres out there, for instance, music, TV, movies, science, mathematical equation, they have all different genres, right? For math, we have geometry, algebra, right? Trigonometry, all that stuff, right? Calculus, right? These are created by man, right? Music, we have reggae, hip-hop, pop, all these musical genres are created by men, right? Sports, right? We have basketball, football, tennis, hockey, all created by men, right? But the thing is, women can dominate all these fields, but there's no example of women creating the genres in these fields, right? They don't have the same creativity as men can, right? Like gaming, right? Women could dominate in gaming, right? But can a woman develop the game, right? Women can write code, but can women make a website that uses these codes? You know what I'm saying? That uses a software that uses the code, right? They could do all the things that men can do, right? They could achieve in mathematics, but can they create the equations? Can they create the formulas, the theorems? No, right? They're good at mimicking men, right? But they're not great at creating things. They're not great at innovating new ideas, right? This is where I'm coming from, right? Women, they're just great at copying men, but they're not great at discovering new things. Right? They're not great at finding new areas. Look at all the great explorers out there, right? Marco Polo, Lewis and Clark, right? Magellan and all these stuff, right? Christopher Columbus, all men explorers, right? But when you look at female explorer, how many female explorers out there can you name? Besides Amelia Earhart, and then with Amelia Earhart, right? They want to use Amelia Earhart as an example. But look what happened to her. She was found missing. We can't find her, right? She's the first to fly across the Atlantic as a woman, but when she tried to fly across the world, suddenly she disappeared. Look at that failures, right? I'm talking about women. They're great at copying men, but they're not great in certain areas. They're great at bearing a child, but they're not great. They're great at having an X chromosome, but they don't have the capability of a Y chromosome. Right? You know what I'm talking about? A man, we have the capability of determining what sex the children is, right? The deciding factor of the sex of a children is determined by the man. Because men have both X and Y chromosome. Women, they only have two X chromosomes. They can only produce the same thing over and over, right? They can't produce new things. They can't produce a man and a boy, right? And this is where I'm coming from. I mean, I just want to know, am I the only one who think about this? Right? Am I the one who noticed these kind of things? Right? Like women, they're great at copying things, but they're not great at innovating things. Right? They're great at excelling in areas that men accelerate, but they're not great at innovating in that area. You know what I'm talking about? But let me know. Let me know agree or disagree, or am I just talking out my butt? Right? But let me know if you agree or disagree that women, they're great at copying men, but they're not great at creating things. Let me know if you agree. Leave a comment below. I want to know. And if you like my video, like, share, subscribe, and you want to support my videos, just subscribe, right? But on that note, guys, as always, peace and blessings.